All those games have been lopsided. We haven't had very many close games in this season series so far. And it is a warm, sunny day at Citi Field. Peterson couldn't get through 5, but the Braves bullpen put a kibosh on the Mets.
His Toyota Peterson numbers for this season, coming off a start in Syracuse, when Sanders were only 11 for 61 this year, so it's how he controls Acuna.
Pretty good at it, though.
That's right.
We got a long day ahead of us, Gary. Don't get me started.
I'd like to know why, when we show the defense, do we always show the infield first? He leads off against David Peterson. First pitch fouled back, and we're underway. The master of the first pitch leadoff home run.
He was mad at himself last night.
Peterson facing the Braves for the 3rd time this year, and he gets the breaking ball over. And he hits one on the ground. Lindor to his left, gets the quick throwaway.
It's part of Peterson's game as well. 50 Peterson this year.
Going to be quite the opposites in this game today, with Odorizzi pitching for the Braves. There's Dansby Swanson, 2 for 9 in this series. Starts the day. Peterson beat the Braves
this year against left-handers.
Out into the 6th. Then he gave up a 2-run homer to Matt Olson, and that was enough to.
When Buck Showalter talked about David Peterson, it could be talking pitcher pitches.
Line to center field. Nimmo waiting for it.
It's for every pitcher. It doesn't matter if you throw 92 or 102. Fastball command. Jacob deGrom, one of the.
What's the one thing that means the most to you this year? He said fast for 7, having a fabulous year, and he lines one to left field, and that's down for the first.
This year at a 356 clip, 9 home runs. Didn't waste.
Acuna, fastball first pitch to Swanson. He was ready.
He's now starting of the year.
Yeah, he hit the home run off him.
Olson has hit just 3 of his 21 home runs against lefties. Remember, his last 2 big league outings were in relief, and he didn't fare particularly well. Gave up the home run to Glaber against the Yankees. Inside, and it's 3-0. Organization guy got the opportunity. Peterson behind 3-0, and Olson takes a strike.
Olson's on a pace for 80.
Full shift on against Olson, with McNeil back in shallow right, and a good slider by.
Real good slider. That's what you have to do at this level. You get behind hitters. You got
3-2 coming, and Olson fouls off the fastball. With the bullpen briefly, that his fastball has played up, and it has translated into the first. 3-2 coming, and he held the swing on the slider, and it's ball.
No swing.
Stu Sherwatt for Travis d'Arnaud.
Gary, his fastball is playing up because he's a big strapping kid who is not.
Second, Olson at first with 2 out. Here's d'Arnaud DHing in game 1, and he's hit by the pitch. Relief.
Well, I tell you what, d'Arnaud comes into the game against left-handers hitting.
Olson said you weren't hit by the pitch, and d'Arnaud tells the dugout, I was.
It got him. Yep. Got his toe in the back.
Toe of his right foot.
In the beginning of the game, and he said no, and he stayed right in the batter's box, and he wanted to hit. He did not want hit by a pitch, but you know what you do against lefties. Can you play it off?
Robbie Grossman, who would get an opportunity to do some damage in his first start for the Braves. Well, you're also passing the baton to a guy who kills lefties.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
By the pitch, Atlanta will retain its challenge.
Grossman acquired from Detroit in a deadline deal.
He should be right-handed all the time.
Yeah. He is the epitome of the. And Grossman lines one, and Lindor picks it. That's come to bat with no score. Ooh, almost fell out. Swinging. Lindor in the right spot to grab it.
Odorizzi's debut for the Braves. This will be his 13th start this year. His 272 and 66 for his career.
Requires some work. We did the outfield first, and we messed up the sponsor. Brandon Nimmo leads.
But I just did a day game, and I missed it.
Could you get the guy some caffeine? I mean, Nimmo's 2 for 8 in this series, and Odorizzi gets one of the knees for a strike. One out.
I remember.
How many?
Up and away to Nimmo, and it's heated.
And Bobby O wanted a number below 20, and then we're all like, okay, let's go.
I never thought of that.
And that one spins high, and it's 3-1. Marte on deck. Odorizzi coming over from Houston for Will Smith. Close innings in his last start before the trade. Nimmo gets one in the air to right field, and Acuna stay on the hat, makes the catch, 1 out. Go with the eye black, like Austin Riley.
There you go.
Well, Michael Harris.
He's ready. Black. I kind of noticed that when I was a kid growing up. Sure did.
Starting Marte takes curveball for a strike from Odorizzi. The whole eye black culture has changed, right? Since Bryce Harper decided that Marte 2 for 9 in this series, and Odorizzi with a high.
The Red Sox playing on the West Coast against the Angels. Nolan Ryan would wear eye black.
Yep.
Out. That one's inside. It hits Marte, and he'll go to Marte. Gets it on the wrist.
Hot. Braves have come in and all paid attention, and they've pitched him in.
His handmade bones and those tiny little bones in the wrist, and that's where it's painful.
You can get hit on that fatty part of your baby finger side of your hand.
Yeah.
The bat, and that hurts.
Oh.
Well, that's 71. Let's continue to lead the world. And now Lindor will try and make Odorizzi pay for that. It's only the third batter Odorizzi has hit. Last night he had 2 hit. One that he hit past Swanson, who was playing alone on the left side. Now they've got Riley. And Odorizzi gets the fastball.
We like to call him. Really doesn't have a lot of legs in his motion run and his drive home.
Spent 5 weeks on the injured list earlier this year with a lower leg. And that's nubbed toward third. And Riley will have to put that in his pocket. He can't to roll up the infield hits.
That's a good way to put it, Gary.
Alonso as the Mets try to strike first after the Braves left him loaded in the top of the inning. Fastball misses high ball. So right up among the leaders in hitting against secondary pitches.
I heard.
Here's what I know. That's a broken bat looper that'll go into right field for a base. Alonso with a broken bat hit to drive in the first run of the day, and it's 1-0.
Pete's been going that the game. I'm sorry, early innings at bats. That one's off the end of the bat. That's going to fall. And without hesitation, scores easily.
To win. Braves scored in the first inning last night and went on to win. Now Vogelback takes curve. Vogelback 2 for 6 in this series, including a home run on Thursday night.
I think everybody.
And he takes a fastball for a strike, 1-1.
Touch and go the other way to pick up that RBI. Pete's becoming one of those.
And Vogelback watches outside, a splitter, 2-1. About that graphic we showed about hitting non-fastballs. You notice it's the best hitters who are the. Vogelback goes for an up and away fastball. Lindor at third, Alonso at first with 1 out with a run home. Vogelback's got that eye black. And Vogelback rips a base hit, and that'll bring in a run. Batted in his 6th as a Met. A single, and it's 2-0 New York.
Well, he tried to change up, Keith, and this is after he'd thrown some fastballs by. Big Pete read that nicely. Almost a little stumble there at the end, but first.
Ball with McNeil at the plate. Jeff had 2 hits, 2 RBI, 303, and he hits one toward the middle of the diamond, but right there is Swanson to step and throw.